The story you are about to hear defies belief. This mum let her young daughter get into a van with a complete stranger and never saw her again. Now her desperate family fears for the welfare of her other children. With the full, quite shocking details, we're joined live by reporter Chris Allen. Chris?
Tracy, 8-year-old Cherish Perrywinkle is dead and a known sex offender has been charged with her murder. After Cherish's death, her two younger sisters were taken by authorities from their mother, Rayne Perrywinkle. And to make matters worse, 20 years ago, Rayne Perrywinkle abandoned her firstborn daughter. Now that young woman wants to adopt those two surviving girls, she says, in the hope of saving them from their own mother.
I'm related to that person, you know, that's my mother, and it just makes me feel sick.
Her own daughter doesn't want a thing to do with her.
I've never wanted to have anything to do with her because of who she is.
But she's a bad mother.
Her sister refuses to talk to her.
Quite simply, is she the world's worst mum?
It's the worst I've ever heard of. Worst case of child neglect that I've ever heard of.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
Clearly, Rayne Perrywinkle doesn't think she's a bad mum.
And the nausea I feel, and the pain and the agony, and I don't want any mom to have to go through what I'm going through.
She's my sister and I love her, but I'll never forgive her for what she's done.
Rayne's sister Cathy and Rayne's oldest daughter Lindsay say Rayne is the reason one of her children is dead.
It's terrible, but I think about it every day. I can't sleep. You know, so it's been a year and it feels like it was just yesterday. And as soon as I start thinking about it, it kills me, so.
8-year-old Cherish is Lindsay's sister, and what you're about to hear is staggering. Rayne Perrywinkle let Cherish get in a van with a man she met while shopping late at night in a store in Florida in the United States. He'd offered Rayne $100 to shop at Walmart.
Cherish was abducted from the Walmart under the promise of getting cheeseburgers with this man. And she was let out into the car park, got in his van.
And Lindsay, can I ask you who you blame for what happened to Cherish?
My mother, 100%. Oh, you know, that pedophile was going to get, any child was going to get somebody, he was going to do it to someone. And he saw my mum as an easy mark.
He was a known pedophile.
40 years history, 4 decades of sex offences and crime against children.
I thought I taught them everything about stranger danger thing, but he was smarter than I was.
Half an hour after letting Cherish go with this man, Rayne calls police, who later pick up convicted child predator Donald Smith. But by then, it was too late for Cherish.
I was so upset and I feel like I've failed. I've failed to be a big sister, and, you know, it shouldn't have been her. It shouldn't have happened. I don't know why she had to suffer. She's a beautiful kid. I don't know why she had to suffer.
I blame my sister. Those kids should never have been in that situation.
Even more distressing, before she was murdered, little Cherish begged her grandmother Leslie to let her come and live with her in Australia.
I don't really think they were being looked after, and it really worried me. I really think there was something was going on.
Do you feel that the community and individuals are really blaming you for it?
Yes, a lot of them.
In the States, Rayne Perrywinkle has become big news.
If I could say one more thing to Cherish, what would it be? Wait for me at the gate.
She's enjoying being a public figure and really doesn't understand that what she's done is so wrong, that she's more of a victim than anybody else because she's lost her children. But Cherish has lost her life.
If you think Rayne's family are being hard on her, you'll understand why when you hear this. 20 years ago, when Lindsay was just 5, Rayne abandoned her firstborn and bought a one-way ticket to America.
She wasn't the greatest mum, and most of it was left up to me to look after her.
I remember her leaving and the relief of her going. That's not a very good memory to be able to say I remember that, so Yeah.
Even as a child, you were glad your mum took off and left you.
Yeah. I had that uneasy feeling around her all the time. I never bonded with her. I knew that she was bad.
Rayne Perrywinkle was born Kim Hoy and she grew up in Brisbane. But once in America, she changed her name to Rayne Perrywinkle and went on to have 3 more daughters to 2 different dads.
When I found out she was having Cherish, my heart sank, and I knew that eventually it was going to end up in suffering.
In some kind of disaster.
Yeah.
Are you glad now that you never were dispatched to live with her in
I
America?
probably would have been just like Cherish. It would have been me.
Oh, definitely.
It would have been me.
Yeah, she would have been the first Cherish. Yeah.
My children are my light. When Cherish left, everything's gone. After Cherish left, my other girls left, everything fell apart.
Authorities took Rayne's other 2 daughters, 6-year-old Destiny and 4-year-old Nevaeh, from her just days after Cherish was murdered. And Rayne is fighting in court to get them back. But Lindsay is determined to see that doesn't happen.
She's died for a reason. We can't let her death be in vain. We have to do everything in our power to get them here and to bring them up as normal as we can.
We want Lindsay to have primary custody of her sisters so we can all get together and raise them as a family and help them to heal and grow up in a better place.
We don't want to see them stay in foster care or be adopted out, which I think is what they're trying to do. We want to bring them here.
And I need to heal as well. For me to heal, I've never had my sisters before. I've never had my family. My mum left and I need to have something for myself. And they do as well. So,
Yeah, they do too.
yeah.
That is such a distressing story. And Rayne Perrywinkle will be back in an American court on Friday to see if her children will be returned to her. Lindsay is planning to travel there to see if she can obtain custody.